La di da la da la di. Right, Ross?
That's right.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't
Tuesday.
it? A Tuesday. Last second show. All good by me. Means I
Right,
get
Ross?
shut up. Nobody wants to hear you.
Yeah, it's been a while.
God damn it. Why does
Right, Ross?
why does
Shut
Facebook
up.
shut up? Why does Facebook's default setting to turn a video on? Ugh. I missed the option of a play button. Good. Public. Share it, because sharing is caring.
There you go.
Here I am. Is it hard to find? What we got? Shadow ban. Shadow ban. Are we putting a ban on shadows?
I think he's trying to say your shadow man.
Shadow man.
Nope, that's not what I said or he said.
Somebody's bringing that thing up out there. It was loud. It had me distracted, I'll be honest. Thought they were pulling up to your place, dog.
Like, never know around here, man.
I don't know who it is. You never know. We can get special guests any minute. But tonight, Ross Collins, we're talking about the whole four state, but mostly our dear Washington County Flag Football League. Since most of our teams haven't played in a bit due to extraneous circumstances beyond anybody's control.
Washington County Flag Football. Well, they did have last Sunday, though.
No, they didn't. Mother's Day was last Sunday.
Well, the Sunday before that.
There you go. Don't try to get guys in
Okay,
trouble.
okay.
Some guys might have been out and didn't tell the girls where they went.
Actually, I might have just helped save some guys.
Now, at the end, you did, but at first, you didn't. Someone's going to watch this and yell at her man about a flag football game he was playing. Or that he didn't actually play.
That's on you, though.
That's on you. You're the one who said it, fool. What are you talking
They played
about?
last Sunday. That's not on me. That's on you. You were the one who said that they didn't.
They didn't because last Sunday
I'll
was.
give you time to catch up, Jeff.
What? Shut up. What do you mean, no sense? Last Sunday we
You
did
made
not
no
play.
sense.
It was Mother's Day.
Right. So if a dude told his girl that he's going to a flag football game.
No, I said if he's
And-
going somewhere and she didn't know where he went, is what I was saying. Why be arguing? You're stupid. Come over here.
If you just realized you
Come
were
over
the one
here.
not
Come over
making
here.
sense. That's
No,
what
you're the
happened.
one not making sense. How much have you smoked tonight?
No.
How many edibles you had?
One.
There you go. That's the answer. I think we got to share. Let's talk some
Still
flag.
relevant, though.
Huh?
Still relevant.
Let's talk some Washington County Flag Football League. Enough shenanigans, enough nonsense. Let's talk some football. It's been a while since we've seen the field. And it's been a while since the Warriors had a first down. It's been a while.
Warriors haven't even played for like a month.
Sure.
So, yeah, you're right. That's been a little while.
Mhm.
Plan on getting some this Sunday, though.
And it's been a while since we've seen
I'm
chaos.
trying to end your song, so apparently that's not possible.
I can go one longer if I'm not.
I would stop while you're on.
I will stop while I'm ahead. Let's talk some Washington County Flag Football League. So the last month, really the first month, we didn't do a recap of week one either.
No, we never did.
Yeah. So we're at the gate, week one, to reset everything. We're going to set the stage for where we're at right now because we have been busy, but Kyle Jason wants to talk because he's got an early bedtime. Here he is. Joining us right now from Chaos, Mr. Kyle Jason. Kyle, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, Kyle. There he is.
Had called for chaos.
Oh, there you
Yes, sir. Where is Chaos, man? I haven't seen them play a flag game in forever.
Well, since the last time we played, we practically have a whole new team. Can't wait to show the bees on Sunday.
You mean Saturday?
We don't play Saturday with the rain out. We don't play again until the 21st up in KFFL.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you guys had off this week. I don't have the schedule in front of me, so I don't remember what I wrote anymore. This week, we actually got a pretty good slate. But I'm looking forward to see Chaos again. I was there at KFFL where you guys had that doubleheader, both with Cram Central and Suicide Squad. I saw a little bit of bits and pieces of what you had, and if you can build off that core alone, there's a pretty good squad there, luring around with what Chaos has to offer. What's been going on up in Shippensburg with you guys since we haven't seen you in Washington County?
Up in Shippensburg, we got a lot of new leadership. A lot of guys who I played with on the Bees last spring, who were on other teams and other leagues, asked if they could join in. So we have a little bit of a misfit flavor joining us now. They're showing us a different way of doing things. And the leadership is showing up on the field. You're going to see a lot of good things out of us next weekend.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys got coming into this Sunday against the Killer Bees, part of the best of 7 million rivalry we got, because you guys play it back and forth both leagues. There's a chance of 6 meetings by the end of this season between the Bees and Chaos in both leagues up north and south. Talk about that first game with the Bees, though, in Shippensburg back in March. We know that was not the best day for Chaos. You guys went out there and lost to the Bees. Tell us what went down back at Ship a couple months ago.
What went down back at Ship was not everyone was with the new program. So there's a belief that because they started with Chaos, that they should start over others who may not have been the best 9 on the field.
Gotcha.
A lot of selfishness, a lot of learning to play with one another, and just proof that we needed a new direction.
I can see that, because that was something where you guys went out there, and I believe the final one, that one was 7-0 against the Bees. Am I correct? Or something like that? Maybe a little more.
So the Bees beat us, I want to say 20-21.
Man, I was giving you guys too much credit. My bad.
So it stayed tight in the first half, but second half we just fell apart, and a little bit of infighting, things like that happen with a team like this, being third year, and a lot of what other people would call buddy ball. And that's where the direction, the whole changed. Leaders had to step up and create the team that we all want to be on.
I can dig it.
Yeah, no, I understand. It's tough. That first game of the year, you never know what can happen. Those first few, really, because you remember, Ross, 2019, that spring season, the Warriors had probably the worst start of any team in Washington County. Blown out by Broad Axe week 1. Then there was a disastrous ruckus game in week 2 where even you got ejected, Ross.
Hey,
Like, and you're usually the cooler head on the sideline.
hey, some things just need to be done sometimes, you know.
But after that,
I wouldn't say I'm necessarily always the coolest head on the sideline, but
I was trying to be nice.
yeah, I don't think I agree with that.
But we talked about it right after that. You guys, Ross, went on a tear and turned the whole team around. A lot of that was bringing in different personnel, changing up the schemes, going to an entirely new offense, an entirely new defense.
Just had to start pretty much wrong with what people that were showing up.
And sometimes people lose track of that.
We had.
Yeah, guys lose track of that in this sport. This is not a race; it's a marathon.
Yep.
And if you got to slow down and make adjustments along the way to get yourself back up to speed with the rest of the competition, you got about usually 8 games a year to get it right until playoffs. And if you don't get it right by game 9, there's no game 10. And typically, though, the best teams are the ones who can turn it around. Like, we go back to AFN in 2018, that spring season. Remember, they had a rough start. They lost to ADR in the program in 2 of their first 3. After that, did not lose another game in the league. Went on to win the league championship over ADR. The eventual loss to the program as well. The affiliates and the Warriors as back-to-back seasons are examples of teams that started out not too hot, but managed to pull it together and make a pretty good run. AFN's case, they got to the championship. Warriors got to the semifinals. They played 80-yard tough in that one. What can Chaos do? Because with Chaos, this is a unique team. There's a lot of guys who played both Saturday and Sunday on there. And so with that, now you have the opportunity to get more reps. By the time we hit playoffs, Chaos would have at least 15 games under their belt. That's enough time to get it together. And I really like this unit and what they're putting together and what I was seeing and reading about a couple of weeks ago. So you guys off at Shippensburg this week, Killer Bees on Sunday. This is going to be an intriguing game. I'm really looking forward to this one. Going to be a lot of tension. TJ Williams and company, they're coming out there ready to go, ready to put out some firepower. How do you game plan against a quarterback like TJ?
Well, we know what TJ wants to do. We know the routes he wants to throw, and pressure is honestly defensive line. We have a lot of young talent. We got a lot of people that people haven't seen yet, that there's going to be pressure. And let's just say everything that's said in a internet chat, a Facebook DM, an Instagram DM, or a text that people like to pretend isn't being sent. The whole team knows about it. Everyone's motivated for Sunday. We're coming to.
We got screenshots.
We have screenshots. There are some weasels and some rats running around, and time to exterminate a couple people.
Oh, okay. Kyle Jason coming out as the Terminator on Sunday. I like it. I like it.
Man, I gotta be there for this one. Man.
I'm gonna be there. We'll be live for that one Sunday at about 11:20 a.m.
Live for that one, bro.
Huh?
We do live for that one.
I might. I don't. You have to use your stuff though, not mine. But I'm actually looking forward to this game. This is going to be a competitive matchup. Bees and Chaos, they've had some pretty good games so far. I want to say Bees won the first game last year at Shippensburg. 22-18 was the score there, though. That was in the classic.
Way different, though.
This is going to be way different. I think there's a lot more heat and tension in this rivalry now. And we made the jokes 2 years ago. Who's the A team? Who's the B team of Chaos and Bees? For a while there were a lot of Chaos guys on Bees, a lot of Bees guys on Chaos. But wait a minute, who's with who here? And that always brings out a problem, I say. When it comes to two leagues being so close in proximity, guys can flow back and forth anywhere. Now we've seen a complete realignment. A lot of those guys who were believed to be Bees with the Chaos. And now the Killer Bees have a whole new look to their team that it's nothing like what they were in 2020. Back when Chaos came onto the scene and we had the jokes, hey, it's the Killer Bees B team or A team, however we put it. If I was in Keystone, that was the A team. If I'm in County, it's the B team. But when it came to it, the way Chaos has come around in the last year, I saw the improvement starting last spring. They were very close to knocking off Ruckus in that playoff game. And then who knows what happens against Broadax. Anything can happen in this game of 9-man flag football. Last fall in the KFFL, they had a little tough, but a lot of it was that travel. Going up 81 was a bit of a hike for some of those guys at the time. And unfortunately, they were not able to get much back in the squad they had coming off of that spring season. But Chaos at this moment, there's a whole new spark to this team. They're looking to do more. I know there's talks of them entering Just Win 8s. That was put out there a couple of days ago. That's going to be after the AFFL in a couple months. And I did read that there is a possibility they could be at Virginia Beach as well. What's the status on that? Will we see Chaos on the circuit?
Chaos is planning on going to the circuit. I know we're coordinating Virginia Beach, trying to get a good roster together to go down there and compete. We are already registered for Just Win 8s and I believe the big man tournament, the 5-man tournament a couple weeks after that. So Ronnie's trying to push us to get out there. We got some guys that want to compete that are circuit worthy, and it's just getting the right pieces to put around what we got.
And that's the key to it. You have to find the right guys who fit your scheme, who fit your personnel. And sometimes we don't realize how much complexity goes into that. I go back to when I ran my own teams with survivors and back in the day. And we had a core of a lot of guys who were under the age of 23. About, I'd say 28 of us were under 23. And about the other four were all in their 40s, which did not quite work from a leadership standpoint, but a lot of that was because it was a whole other region, a whole other generation, a whole other style and philosophy. With this chaos team, you have generations of players going down who were in Washington County way back, who were also sitting in other leagues a couple years ago. The talent is there. We got a lot of new blood in this league, and chaos has brought a lot of that in recent years.
I don't think you've seen the best out of some of the guys on this team yet. They haven't been put in the best positions. I like Devin Redmond back. He's got a lot of zip on the ball. He's only going to get more confident, gets more reps.
Yo,
Yeah. So we just jumped right on.
my bad, Kyle.
He's the leader of the defense. A key piece brought on. Weez is the man.
Hey, I do what I can, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You need to turn your screen on.
No, I'm in the dark, bro. I get up early. I woke up just to hop in here real quick.
I got you, Weez. How you been feeling, man? It's been a couple weeks since I saw you. Hey, congratulations on the run you and the Bad Boys made in Ocean City. That was a great run you guys had.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'm feeling good though. I mean, speaking of Ocean City, I mean, it was a great run, but I personally was disappointed with my own performance, especially in that championship game. I mean, to go undefeated and mercy rule pretty much every team and then lose by 6 points in the championship was definitely devastating. But I mean, but you got to look at the positives. We played great for the most part, and we're as far as the Bad Boys are concerned, we're just looking forward to the next tournament and hopefully doing the same thing with a different result at the end.
So are you with them as well over in OMFFL?
Yes.
Wow, you're pulling triple duty this year, technically speaking.
Yeah. So essentially I gave Kyle and Ronnie my commitment to chaos. But I let them know from the jump that Bad Boys are the priority because that's the circuit team and OMFFL. No disrespect to these other leagues, but I mean, pretty much everybody knows Owings Mills has the best competition and the best teams as far as locally. So I let them know that takes precedence over.
And I imagine it's also a lot quicker for you to get to right now. You're out there in Baltimore.
Oh yeah, bro. It's a 25-minute drive compared to an hour and 30, 2 hours.
Right.
So I let them know that I wouldn't be in county that much unless the schedule's lined up. But as far as Keystone, I'm all in. So
I like it, man. I like the commitment. I always give the guys who are willing to go out there and play the game every weekend, no matter when, where, or who they're on or with. And, playing in 3 leagues is tough, but it does give you the opportunity to become the first ever 3-peat champion for leagues in 9-man this year.
hey man, that'd be a feat. My bad, my that'd be a feat though. That would definitely be a feat.
No one's ever done it in a single season.
Bro, that's a tough thing to do, especially when to do that you have to. I mean, so Misfits aren't in Keystone, but they're in both county and Owings Mills. So it's like to do that, you would have to line up all your schedules so you could be everywhere at once. Like I can't, like I'm gonna miss pretty much all of Chaos County games because of Owings Mills.
Right.
But Keystone, there's not another league on that day. So it's like that's tough to do, to be in all 3 places. and be a fact.
Yeah. And when we see guys attempt it over the years, you know, a couple years ago in that 2020 season when the Misfits won, Ron Ross and David Butler both had double championships, with Butler winning with Misfits and Scorpions in OMFFL, and Ron Ross, of course, with the Misfits and Blackhawks and Maple.
Okay.
Yeah. We saw, you know, a couple guys last year who I can't remember who it was offhand. I think won OMFFL and Maple, but I can't remember who it was or something like that. I got my memory's a little hazy. We'll work on that a little later.
I mean, I'm sure you got it in the record somewhere.
Somewhere, but I gotta, for some reason, I'm not remembering as well as I used to. I think it's the age. I just turned 31, but I feel like I'm 51.
Hey man, we gotta get you. We gotta update your chaos jersey too.
Why? What's wrong with this one?
Man, the new ones are way better.
What do you got against the tornado, man? Look at this.
I don't got nothing against it. I'm just saying the new ones are way better.
I mean, I like the new ones too, but like this is iconic. Like this is
Yeah. Oh yeah,
No?
go ahead. You might as well just put that jiffy on.
I want to see if I can even fit in here. There we go. It's better for me trying to squeeze in the Keith Giles jersey. We got another guest coming on, a fellow misfit, to say the least. Let me get this off of here. That ain't working out. I need to lose some damn weight. We got Mr. Lurry coming on.
Yeah, Mr. Misfit himself.
The
What's up,
misfit.
bro?
The Misfit.
How you feeling, man?
I'm doing good. Hold on, I'm trying to put you in my headphones, bro.
Gotcha.
Give me one second, bro.
I'm not echoing or nothing, am I?
No. You good?
Yeah, because I don't got no headphones. So
Yeah, you good. Zoom doesn't have that issue, so we're good on that end.
oh, it just be the actual
Yeah.
live.
They
All
actually
right, Bill. What's up, man?
Might want to turn the volume of the background down.
Oh yeah. My bad, man. I'm in the middle of a man game, man. You know?
Man, who you playing?
I'm playing some. Hold on, man. Let me show the world. You see?
Just let me show
I'm
the
down.
world.
Now we watching
down.
Madden. All right.
Yeah, y'all know what it is, man. Xbox X
Let me
or
spotlight
X,
it.
whatever the fuck they call it.
What you down by 3, bro? It said 28-31.
Yeah, I'm down by 3 minutes, 14 seconds left.
Okay. Can see if Lurry can make the comeback.
Come on, man. You know that's the nigga.
Let's talk about the Misfits, Larry.
Speaking of Misfits, we play y'all in Owings Mills this week.
You got Bad Boys Misfits on Sunday?
Yep, at 11 o'clock.
Nice.
That's gonna be a good game.
Let's check in on the Misfits. So who all you got? You got Bad Boys and who else this weekend?
We got Spartans and Scorpions again.
Okay, so you get Baltimore Spartans and Scorpions. Okay, ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Lineup. Yeah.
Oh, y'all got a triple header?
Yeah, because we only come down maybe like 3 times throughout the whole season. So when we come, they like little,
Because county too. Yep.
Yeah. I give props to the Misfits for making the effort to go out there and do that. It's a tough venture, but they're willing to go out there and play the best of the best, no matter when, where, or how.
No, but that's but the Misfits gonna come with something every time though.
Every time.
Regan be pulling fucking rabbits out of his hat, damn every time. Every time. That man's a fucking magician with putting teams together.
Yeah, nigga. Fuck out of here. Oh, my bad.
You just lose?
Nah, fuck no. It's 2 minutes left, nigga. I'm at the motherfucking 35. I told you I'm clutch, nigga. Now I'm about to run this clock down.
Okay.
Hey, man. Hey, hold on. Before we get into football, for all you bum ass niggas with these gunslinging quarterbacks and escape artist shit, thinking y'all can beat me with these Panthers, man. Put your money where your mouth is.
Yo, I gotta ask.
Go ahead.
What happened last game?
Last game with
Demons.
Nothing. We lost.
What was it just lack of communication? What was the biggest factor to you in that game?
Nothing. Like you seen, did it look like that we had like our team? Like, you know what I mean? Like
you guys had decent numbers. I mean, it wasn't a full squad, but like they didn't exactly have everybody from the looks of it.
Well,
you guys also played way more football. We're coming off Ocean City, so by that point, you're on game 5 in like an 8-day span. And who can forget, you guys had the Bulldogs twice in that span with them.
Yeah, but you know, it is what it is. Like it can't be what it's not. Like they came out, they did what they were supposed to do. We down, you know. It's like, come on, man. Our starting quarterback out there playing defense, but it's no excuse. We fucking lost at the end of the game. I mean, at the end of the day.
It's tough, but I think you guys will bounce back. We talk about it, a long season. The regular season is the pool play for the tournament we got coming up in June. And it's going to be an awesome playoff. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it pans out.
Nigga, what I tell you? Didn't I just say I'm clutch, nigga? You see how much time left?
Oh, yeah.
You see the score?
Oh,
man,
yeah.
Man.
Come on, man.
See, bro, but Joey, you also talking like the Demons ain't no slouches, bro. They got a lot
of slouches. I'm just asking what was up. I just asked what went down.
No. The Demons not no slouches, bro. We just like I said, bro.
They were slouches.
Yeah.
No, we didn't say you did. Bro.
I was just asking like what happened in the game. Give your perspective.
Got you.
Bro, let me tell you something, bro. My old ass was going both ways. I don't think I went both ways.
Hey, bro,
yeah, my fat ass was tired, boy.
You had a clutch pick, though. I'm messing with you. That pick was clutch, though. That pick was hella clutch.
Man, I ain't gonna never quit. You know what I mean? Like as long as we got time, so said quarterback. You know, always believe my guy. I always believe in the Misfits. We can always, bounce back from whatever. They jumped on us early, and for real, they start putting it on cruise control. Like they weren't playing really to win. They started playing really like, let's get about this game type shit. Yeah, So me, I'm a fighter. I fight. Shit, the fuck y'all doing?
We'll see how it goes. We won't see you guys play each other the rest of the regular season, but I get the feeling we're going to get a rematch come June. We'll see how it goes, though. You guys got the triple header this week, of course, with Bad Boys, Scorpions, and Spartans. What's your approach coming into these games this weekend? What are you guys looking at from a mental standpoint? Because there's been a lot of chaos, no pun intended, with the schedule this week out there in Baltimore in the midst of the interleague controversy. So the Misfits kind of on short notice getting these 3 games of Bad Boy, Spartans, and the Scorpions.
Well, Joe, you also got to think it's not really short notice because even if the interleague shit happened, they'd be playing 4 or 5 games anyway.
They wouldn't have the same teams.
We was gonna play 5 game anyways. Talking about the interleague shit, and I'm gonna say this, and I don't give a fuck who don't like it. A lot of these bum ass teams got niggas that need gas money and they crying and they bitching because they can't. Oh, it's too far. If you scared to travel to your home state, like through your home state, to play somebody from Baltimore, somebody, man, I don't want to hear that shit.
Bro,
it's teams was dropping. I know, but teams was dropping out because, I don't want to make the drive 2 days in a row. Well, then your broke ass should get a hotel there. Stay out there. Bring your old lady. You probably ain't never been to that side of Maryland anyways. So a lot of people just, we won't play on Sunday. They ain't come on, man. Look, it's football. You know what I mean? Like DMV, we on the brotherhood. Let's beat up on each other for one weekend.
Bro, and they really could have done it. They really could have done it one day, each location. Like they could have done Saturday, we play at Tucker Road. Sunday,
they can't. Tucker's occupied this weekend.
Oh shit. Well,
Metro Cup's going down.
Okay, well, not necessarily Tucker Road, but they could have found a field out that way for one day and then played the next day up here in Baltimore. That would have cut that issue right out. I mean, I don't organize shit. I'm just throwing ideas out there. I was okay with it no matter what.
No, bro, Pasadena is the best location. there's 3 turf fields that we can all play on.
Oh,
And
see,
there's an extra,
bro,
yeah,
I didn't know that,
and
bro.
there's an
The
extra
issue with
4.
Pasadena, what came through this morning was because Maple was trying to reschedule for there, but the school pulled them from Saturday, so they can't even play there Saturday now.
Damn.
Yeah, but
That's rough.
I'm saying, well, after everybody then back the fuck out shit. You know what I mean? Like it was like the schedule that came out. We were supposed to play Elite Rebels and Blackhawks. I think Sunday. Supposed to play like Venom, Team Petty, and somebody, I believe, Bad Boys. I think Saturday or something
Okay,
like
so there
that.
were some league games mixed in
No,
there.
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think y'all were on our schedule, Larry. I know we had PME. Shit, I gotta look at it again. But I don't think we played y'all in the interleague shit. We might have.
Well, I figured, but you know what I mean. That's the joint I seen. But it was just like, man, why you crying about traveling? Like, ain't that what we trying to do? We trying to build travel teams to like build up in the B or build up in the A, and then you bitching about going an hour and a half down the fucking street. Like, that's just crazy to me. And then you can't travel in your home state. Then you wonder why these teams they travel anywhere else besides Florida. You getting they fucking head always bust.
I get what you're saying, especially because like guys are willing to do other tournaments and events that are 3 hours away. But this one, to some guys, I think a lot of them were saying they want the 9 a.m. kickoffs or 8 a.m. kickoffs, but that's unfortunately part of the game.
But it's also like Larry said, bro, you're coming to Baltimore and Pasadena. Hotels up here are not that expensive. You could get a decent hotel room for the whole weekend for a cool $250. Like,
yeah, it probably less than that because it's not even a travel like touristy area. You can,
no,
you know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
trust me, look.
You can find rooms in different parts of like Baltimore County and shit. You in Pasadena, so you could even go Anne Arundel County and get a room for 200, $250 for the whole weekend. And I'm talking about Friday through Sunday.
Hey, and then
you got a
you know
9 a.m.
everybody
off, come up Friday night.
True.
Come out. You ain't never been to that side of Maryland. Go ahead, party with some yos. Mix the yos and the mo's. Let's have fun. You know, we all root for each other anyways when we go out of town, A or B. You know what I mean? I hope one of us bring it back to the DMV, but I ain't like that shit. That's some clown shit, man. I don't want to hear that shit about no traveling. But I bet you all them fucking teams gonna be in AC. Or if they team ain't in AC because they don't travel, they definitely gonna try to hop on somebody else shit and get a hotel and be 3+ hours away from home. Ain't no different. Like, you know, but I don't know. Niggas that travel and shit, we know what it is. When you got games on Saturday and Sunday, whether it's interleague play, I'll stay in a, you know, shit. I go to PA and shit and stay up there, stay in Baltimore, like football,
You
man.
you make the trip all the time, man. Like you go to Baltimore, you've gone up to PA. You back in the day, we're going down to Maffle playing down there. Yeah, like Larry, you've always been a road warrior in that sense.
You know, a lot of these niggas only feel safe and comfortable at home. They ain't they self when they get outside of that shit. So they like to stay in their little ass 50-mile block. Nigga, go live.
I do wonder though. I would like to see one day interleague intertwined with all the leagues in the area. Maybe something cool. It's hard to really organize because of distance and because of logistics and guys simply just wanting to stay close to play the league stuff. You know, I've heard that argument before. League play is meant to be something close at home that you could play and get better at the game. And for some teams, it's the only experience they get of 9-man flag football. You know, for years, a lot of our teams here never traveled much.
Yeah, but Joe, if you was gonna do something like that, you would have to take like you would have to make it like a legitimate tournament type shit.
You would.
Like,
Well, I mean, that was the whole
have,
Maryland State's premise back in the day.
Right.
The league play to create that.
You would have to make teams put deposits down. So shit like this with the interleague jiffy, that just because I can't, so it wouldn't happen again. It wouldn't get canceled if people had to pay to do it. And you don't got to make it
Yeah.
crazy. Like keep it minimum to where it covers the fields and shit like that. And have the teams come out and just find a neutral zone in the middle of Maryland somewhere and have everybody come up and fucking make it a whole actual tourney type jiffy.
Jamboree, state maybe a state
Man.
champion, regional championship. That'd be cool. Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, look, that shit, it's never gonna happen because you got teams, like I say, that only gonna stay in that little ass block that they live on, in that little ass radius with their friends. They not going outside of that. Maybe they might go to Florida, but a lot of these teams, if you notice, that's why you see so many people like jumping from this team to that team when they go to tournaments, because their team don't travel. You know, like they just don't move from where they at. Like I say, they only comfortable at home. They not comfortable. Like it take a lot of commitment from players to want to travel, to, you know, maybe work extra hours so you get this weekend off, you know, to bring your old lady or spend a couple weekends with her just so you can get out for that weekend to play football. Everybody's not willing to put in that work and do that. Then you got, you know, dickhead owners that just don't want to fucking travel. Nah, fuck that, you know.
But I think a big part of it's the financial aspect, because like
Especially
you got
this year.
Right. And a lot of these tournaments being tourist locations like Atlantic City. Bro, I was looking at rooms, I couldn't find a room for less than like 600 for the weekend.
Yeah.
And the rooms for 600 was bullshit at a 2-star fucking jiffy.
Quality.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you gotta remember though.
Think about, like, a lot of these tournaments, certain cities are going to be starting gouging now in summers here.
Yeah. Especially places like City and Atlantic City that are right on the ocean, and they expect that money to come in regardless. Like,
but the problem is niggas not being proactive. When Jamie put in that there's hotels, bro, all of us had $100 in the past month and a half, and just to call, you pay at the hotel. It's like $100 a night. Host hotel. Niggas not being proactive. So now we 2-3 weeks away.
See, I looked at the link he posted, but I didn't know you could call and pay at the hotel. The link he posted, it made it seem like I had to pay all up front.
Nah. That was for the joints with the what's that, like the Tropicana, the joints with the resorts and shit. But like the Ramada Inn and them type of joints, like they nice. One of our teammates in that joint last year and shit for his birthday. Like they nice or whatever, but just motherfuckers ain't being proactive. Like if a nigga, hey, there's a tournament in 2 months, you know damn well when you get your little bit of change, man, put that shit on the road.
I do think a lot of guys wait too late to plan things.
They do. They wait too late.
That was tough. Like I had a captain a couple years ago who I sat with and talked to. He had a team on the circuit for a little bit. He said for him, the biggest adjustment was trying to plan out all the traveling for everybody else, trying to find the best rates, trying to find how it would work. A lot of the guys he had, his core was not available both days in a lot of tournaments.
Bro, I can only imagine the headache as a owner or a coach. Like, because I see the frustration in the owners and coaches like faces. Like
I can tell you, Clash at York 1 for TBT was frustrating on a lot of levels.
Oh, I believe, bro. Like,
yeah,
just trying to get commitment to league play is frustrating sometimes. So I can only imagine when you add the travel aspect into it. Like,
and for a lot of guys, it's different because, you know, I think one of a guy I know made a comment a while back. Hotels nowadays will hit you with those security deposits.
Bro, the worst.
Yep. And
sometimes you pay more in the security deposit than you do for your actual room.
Facts. And, you know, some guys may not even have credit cards because they're not trying to do all that. Or they may not have one, or may not have the funds available on their card for something like that.
And it ain't like back in the day where you can reserve it on your card and go pay cash in there. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
Nah,
some hotels are like that still, but majority, no, that you need a card, like, and you have to be charged to the card.
And they're putting like $300
yeah,
to $400 security deposits in there.
Yup. Especially
yeah,
in
but
places like Atlantic City and Ocean City, them security deposits be fucking outrageous sometimes.
And I think
yeah,
that
but
scares
man,
off a lot of guys because they see
yeah,
that and
but
they're like, they don't want to take a risk and something bad happens to the room. The next thing they know, they're
But
out
that, but
$400
bro,
more.
that's also part of being. That's taking the football out of it. That's just being a responsible adult, bro. If you
Yeah,
put a room in your name, you better be on top of that shit. That shit don't get fucked up. Like
exactly. I
it's
agree
like
with that 100%. I think it's
buy a
just
car and then go drinking and driving the first day you got that bitch. I mean, you might, but that's irresponsible. Like,
I agree with
yeah,
that.
but man, hey, but sometimes when you traveling and it's a couple guys, cause shit, I've done it and I ain't ashamed of it. Other people do it. It is what it is. When if the room's expensive and one dude got a car, bro, shack up in that joint. Niggas act like they like if you ain't got your old lady, all you need is a place to take a shower and shit. You know what I mean?
big facts,
Like,
bro.
hey,
I
look,
think
yeah,
cars are the
Oh.
other issue. Some guys may
Yeah,
not be willing to drive their own car that far away because it's so high in mileage or it's older, but they don't want to
yeah,
take a
yeah,
risk of something happening.
yeah, but you can also, but there's people that are going, but people aren't proactive. So what happens is instead of you
But
saying,
people are also
hey,
weird about certain things. Like they don't want to buy their
yeah,
cars with other guys because they're like, oh, I can't do that or something like that.
bro, hey, look, hey, it's enough people that you know within this state. Cause there's times that shit, a misfit nigga ride with a scorpion nigga,
Bro, fact.
or
I've seen that,
elite rebel nigga ride with him.
Well,
Like people got
yeah, I remember
you
back
gotta
in the
cut the
day, like
excuses out, bro.
yeah, like
Bro,
back in the day, my dad drove his best friend to softball, even though they had games against each other that night.
and bro, that's what I'm saying. Same shit that Larry just said, bro. We all play against each other, but majority of us are all friends with each other.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
once you step off that field, if we're not playing each other, we on the sideline chopping it up.
and that's the
yeah,
one thing I
drinking and
love.
shit.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the one thing I say I love most about our generation of flag football players is that there definitely is a greater brotherhood, not just within teams, but within leagues, within the circuit, within this whole country. Like
within
we're
the
all
whole
connected.
state too. Like Larry said,
Yeah.
when we go out of town, bro, I'm rooting for all
Yeah,
Well,
teams,
well,
bro.
man, look,
think about our community, like our four-state community. We got our guys here in Washington County, the heart of the area. Up north, we got the Franklin County guys coming down to play from KFFL at times. Down south, the West Virginia has always supported. And then you can talk about Baltimore and DC, guys coming from over there to play at different times throughout the years. And York, Hanover, they've become a big part of our community in recent times as well. They're up there playing KFFL on Saturdays. And some of those guys, I think, be willing to come down to county sometimes as well, if it were to work out.
yeah, but with it being the community, we gotta act like that. So it shouldn't be a problem if you just a weird ass nigga because you want to ride with somebody and drive your own car. Like you just gotta stop making excuses about the traveling and the shit. Cause look, we all travel and do what we want to do when we want to do it. Just say that you really not into football and you don't want to travel with your team, maybe because you think you're gonna lose. That's just not what you decide to spend your money on. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that don't have money that go to every fucking tournament. But let me tell you, but they willing to, hey, I ain't got no bread, or hey, I got a couple dollars for gas. Man, you mind if man, shit. Nigga, I'm as a matter of fact, I'm gonna get double bids. You know what I mean? Like, and especially if that's your brother, your teammate, you just look out for him. It's just too many excuses that people come up with not traveling. Like,
Bro,
I don't want to hear that shit.
if you
I
really
ain't
want
gonna
to
niggas
lie,
don't want to spend
I was that guy though for many years about traveling. I wasn't.
Hey,
no, bro,
come
but
on, man.
it's fact. If you really want to be there, you're gonna find a way to be there.
Yeah.
It's plain and simple, bro. You can. Oh man. I can't work on Saturday. I mean, I got to go to work on Saturday. Well, if your bitch ass would have picked up Rodney's shift on Thursday when he asked you, he'd have worked for you on Saturday, so you could have came both days.
Nah,
But
Larry,
instead,
Larry, I don't fuck with Rodney like that.
well, fuck Rodney then.
Okay.
But you know, y'all
All
know
right.
how that shit be.
No, No, but that's facts, bro. Like Larry ain't saying nothing that ain't true, right?
Just
It's
stop
like
making
that
excuses.
motherfuckers don't prioritize.
Yeah,
And
don't prioritize.
that's why I never used to travel, because my money was going other places. Like, and it wasn't even that and my kid. Most of the tournaments would fall on a weekend where I got my kid. So when I got my child, I can't sleep on a floor in someone else's room. I got a whole baby with me, like
That's
a whole
true.
kid.
Yeah,
You got to make
yeah.
special
Nah, nah.
arrangements when you have your kid with you.
Yeah, but I'm about to say, hey, but shit like that, like that's life. Like trust me, I get life. I got kids, you know what I mean?
No
But
facts.
it's just like
But it'd be
some
it'd be
motherfucker.
it'd be dumbass excuses that people make. Like,
Yeah, man. You'll see a nigga, he don't want to go to the tournament. Well, then when you come back and shit, this nigga, instead of him getting a room and helping his boys out or something, this nigga spent fucking, $300 on a fucking pair of Jordans, man, and a bottle of Casamigos. To fucking sit in his house or smoke hookah. You know what I mean? Like, shut clown ass up. If you don't like football like that, like I get it, you know what I mean? But I like traveling. I like going places. I like hanging out with other teams and other guys. I like the brotherhood. You know what I mean? The shit fun. Shit keep me out of trouble for real. So, you know
And
what I mean? I'd rather
shit.
spend my money doing that shit than fucking being at home seeing these same local ass niggas.
I want to give praise. I want to give praise to one guy in this room, and that's Kyle right over there. Last year, Kyle at Charm City Classic started on the O line for DX, and he had his circuit debut was against AFN, Blackhawks, and the Nomads in that weekend. Kyle, you remember that weekend last year?
I got my ass kicked most of the weekend. They were good. They're really are level this. And I was shocked. That man had a roster of 30 people and 10 showed up Sunday.
I remember because even Nomads had enough to combine for one team.
But I rented a hotel room and I took 2 guys on my dime and fed them so we could all play.
bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, Kyle is the
I
man.
respect that. I respect the hell out of that.
Kyle is, bro. Like he's one of the.
Kyle, my teammate.
Huh?
Just Kyle, my teammate used to be.
Bro, Kyle is one of the main reasons I came to Chaos. Like, man, the man definitely be looking out.
And then you got to say, like, that's a good teammate to have. And honestly, if you're sitting there right now watching this, you're on the fence about what you want to do Virginia Beach. You got no team right now. You got no one to play with. I'd say go Chaos. You just talk about this, what Kyle told earlier. That is a team, a brotherhood that is growing. They're young. There's a lot of potential there. There's also some guys with experience on that roster too. So, like, the biggest factor of it is you do got to take care of your guys along the way as well. It's tough, but that's the biggest part of winning is making the sacrifices and dedications.
Well, the sacrifice, man, the best 9 have to play, and everyone else has a role.
Facts.
That's the thing. If you're not in for the best 9, what's best for the team, go play somewhere else.
Yeah, bro. It's also I said this in one of our group chats the other day. The best 9 doesn't necessarily mean the best skilled 9 players on that roster. In my opinion, the best 9 that should be on the field are the 9 guys that are gonna give me 150% every fucking down, every fucking play of every fucking quarter. And when they step on that field, they're gonna leave it on that field every time.
Yeah.
For me,
you right about that.
Like he said, bro, if you're not a starting 9, you either have to accept your position as a role player, or you have to go out on your own and put the work in to move from a role player to a starting 9.
and in some cases, best 9 doesn't mean best overall players. It's the best matchups.
That that too.
Yep. It's the adjustments you need. You know, do you let your starting guard get beat up by the same DN the whole game, or do you give that man some help?
Right.
Even
Or
if he's looking at you in the eye saying he can handle it, he needs help. Because if you don't give him assistance, you're failing him.
Or do you put
and tell him you can handle it though either.
But that's a lot of things. A lot of guys' egos will look at you. A lot of guys have the ego to look at you and say, "I'm not losing," while they're getting knocked on the ground every play.
Bro, you gotta be real with yourself. A huge part of this sport is being real with yourself. I get having confidence and believing in yourself, but when you need help and you fucking up, you gotta say it, bro. You gotta say it, just like you would expect your teammate to say it.
Exactly. Like guys got to realize sometimes they may not be the answer to a certain position. They may have to step out and someone has to step in. You know, I've seen that many a times in 9-man where something isn't working. Someone steps out, one change is made, then all of a sudden it's a whole new game.
Clicking.
Man,
This is
for real.
As it said, this shit is not checkers. It's chess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful though. Sometimes when you add mercenaries and, you know, hired guns to your team, because like he just said, man, it ain't always the best non-skill plays. When you get, sometimes, man, you can have good skill players and shit, but they not as invested as the 9 core guys or the 9 guys that always been there that really give a fuck whether you win or lose. There's certain times you had niggas see your team and yeah, he might be good, but he don't give a fuck whether he win or lose. He getting paid or he got free room or
Man,
you know what?
I've heard that before from guys walking off
Yo.
teams. They go, I don't care. This ain't my real team.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So
he's there for a highlight tape.
Yeah, fuck that, man. I'd rather go with motherfucker, 10 niggas that I know that's my 9 that I know that's gonna be there all the time, that's invested in it as me. Not that fuck that hired hand shit. I'd rather get a couple niggas and be losing and we learn the game together and become a unit than, have a nigga here and there. Fuck that.
And that's the thing. Like when you're bringing a guy into your team, you don't know, and you've never played with him before. There's a lot of unknowns coming in. Even if you've seen him play, you don't know him personally like that. You may not have known what he's capable of. He might show up, talk to your players, and come into his team.
Oh yeah, hell, man. That shit happen all the time.
Exactly. I've seen it on my teams before guys come on and recruit squads. It's just how it be.
Man, that shit, motherfucker do that shit all the time. They see a disgruntled player that ain't getting the playing time he think he need. Nigga start rapping to him like he a bitch. Next thing you know, this nigga smiling, walking off with him like a hoe. That shit happen all the time.
It's a tough game out there. And, I always say I've kind of thought about this analogy. Flag football, 9-man flag football is a game of empires. It's a game of Risk. Y'all ever played the game Risk back in the day or Civilization? That's what this is.
Risk.
These are all different nations fighting.
Motherfuckers talk about chess. No, you want to play the real chess? Play Risk, bro.
Boom.
That was
nigga.
Back in the day.
I smoke some niggas in chess too. Any nigga that want to play chess, I'm one of the best chess players out this motherfucker. Chess and
I want to see a live Larry playing chess.
I'll play you in chess.
Yeah.
Bro,
man, I'll beat the fuck out you, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. We could charge pay-per-view for that shit, bro.
What's that,
please?
We could charge pay-per-view for that.
I'll play him in chess.
Talk about me and Ron?
No, just I don't even care if it's Ross. Just you versus anybody in chess, bro. Because you will never get much shit playing chess as Larry would.
I ain't gonna lie, niggas hate when I play chess, nigga, because I'm a motherfucker. It's a rap. It's a rap when I play chess.
Bro, chess is all mental, bro. And Larry gonna get in your head.
Yeah.
Chess is a game of life, man. If you don't know what the fuck you're doing, I'm gonna fuck you up in chess.
Walk right up to the
I'm
table.
telling you.
Fuck your grandma.
Yeah.
That was fucking
Nah,
up, bro.
Jesus
That was
Christ.
fucking real
nah,
up.
nigga. We on aunties now, nigga.
Episode 1, dog.
No, we're on Mike's grandma. I know he's watching.
Hey yo, hey
Wait,
bro,
Hey, who's Mike Grandma? You smoked
they
a nigga named Mike Grandma, nigga?
He just said something about somebody's grandma.
Mike Grammer?
No, we have a guy on our team named Mike, and the big joke is about his grandma.
bro, they stay coming for Mike, bro.
Is Mike Grandma thick?
Shit.
We'll photo. Only fan.
Hey, Larry, they said she got a only. Y'all need to
Jesus.
collab.
Oh, man.
They said she got a what?
Look what y'all did.
Fans.
Oh yeah, collaboration.
Yeah, that's what I say. Y'all got to
Mate.
collab. So crazy.
Boy, oh boy.
All right, so
Okay.
Joey,
Gotta
oh,
put Mike on here.
One at a time.
But
No, we talked at the same time. That's why I said that.
I said,
that's cool, Joe. Don't shoot, nigga.
One at a time.
what's up with the schedule this weekend, Joey? What's your prediction?
Man, we ain't that part of the show yet.
Oh well, damn.
We're gonna get there though,
Why not?
because I'd rather just wait to the end. The schedule this week though is we got Demons and Warriors in a rematch from week 1. It was 19-0 last time Demons faced the Warriors. Let's see.
Damn, Raw.
Yeah, man. Ross is just doing poorly these days out there.
What happened?
Hold on, is Ross even back on the field yet?
You back?
Man, Raw.
Huh?
Fuck, no. Ross is never coming back to the field. He's done. Pack him up, coach.
Just managing, just coaching now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm out there yelling.
He's the mascot.
I'm out there yelling.
I'm gonna be there with you soon, Ross.
I play my role.
You
What's your
roll.
role,
All right,
Ross?
big roll.
What do you do?
I
What do you
play
do?
my role.
So you're like the Joey of the team at this point. You just stand there holding the
No,
ball.
hell no. There's a reason you hired me when you ran the team too, Joe.
That's true.
Just saying.
That is true. You are not wrong on that. Yeah, Demons, Warriors, and then after that, I believe the Warriors turn around and play the Killer Bees.
Yep.
First ever meeting between the Bees and the Warriors in 9-man. Remember the last time they met? 5-man, Larry, back at the NEN tournament,
Cheating, man.
2020.
Didn't Bees
Man,
win
how
that?
we cheat? Yeah,
Huh?
we won that shit, nigga.
Cheated.
I gotta give y'all a recap.
Cheated.
The recap of Killer Bees. What a run they had in that tournament. They blew out the Immortals in that quarterfinal, upset the
And then we
Warriors
blew out the
26-20. Who can forget the pick 6 to seal the deal?
They cheated.
And the Bees just ran all over them. And then the championship over the Tri-State Spartans.
Phantom touchdown. Nobody can prove that.
There's-
touchdown is it.
The footage got lost.
thought- Hey, man, I've never lost to the Warriors ever in my career.
Yes, you had.
No, he hasn't.
When?
Joey said no. He had. Joey confirmed it.
I'm
I'm
about
not
to say,
saying, the only time he played the Warriors was back when you all were the ones we saw earlier tonight against the Ducks.
yeah. Hey, when I played the Warriors, they was all rednecks. They got some niggas now.
You told us
used to
to,
be-
bro. I always give you that. You told us to.
They was
Hey,
on
you
their.
need some.
I'm not gonna let your ass.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Bro, they needed some color on their team, dog.
They
His
was
whole
on
team was nothing.
You said
Man,
that.
his whole team was nothing but cops. They was getting smoked.
To be fair, the high school we came from was like 98% white, I
It was
think.
an alumni team though.
Yeah.
It was a padded alumni team that started.
Was on their
yeah.
big clan shit.
Bro, they
No.
wasn't part of the neo-Nazi like shit. Them niggas was.
Yeah.
Everybody had a bowl cut.
That all I hear is criticize. Don't ask me in mines for nothing.
For a lot. Hey, they did have at one point. It was like some young white boy. I don't know what his name was. He was like running back or something.
Running back. Andy Sigler? Brandon McLean?
Brian McClain.
I'm about to say you act like I know them niggas' name. They look the same.
Yeah, I'm just naming the ones I can think of. McSherry, David McSherry, right?
No, hell no. That's what I'm putting up, but he was not for running back. Man.
Not for Young either.
Bro, whatever happened to my man Joey Such?
He's probably out there somewhere. I mean, Broadax they playing this season, so he's available if anybody knows where to find him. I don't know.
Joey?
Up for it.
He like a bodybuilder or something, lifting or some shit.
I mean, if he wants to play and no one signed him yet, that's on you all. Like anybody who's not playing is technically a free agent.
No, you're not wrong.
In the Washington County Football League.
But roster Fox.
Bro, hey, change the name. It's not Washington County, bro. It's not Washington County, yo.
It is Washington County.
No, it's not, man. It's Spring Mills. This is not the Washington County Flag Football League. This is the Spring Mills Flag Football League.
West Virginia.
We're the WCFFL, not the WBFFL.
WFFL.
Moats is in Florida?
He's on vacation.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's been out there turning up.
Man, I've been at it last couple days.
Commissioner's on vacation on your off time. Look at him go.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
Hey man, hey, he a better
That was a
commissioner.
joke. That was a joke.
He's out here.
You can't make those jokes.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
Nah.
I just did.
Hey, most a good
I'm
commissioner,
gonna
bro.
get a message.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. You can make them jokes about Moats though, because everybody know Moats' character, bro. He a good dude.
Yeah. Most
But
like a little ass bowling ball.
So some of these other commissioners though, nah, you can't say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not say names. Move on.
Yeah.
Don't call it.
My joke was about Moses.
Move on. Move on. Second game, as we mentioned, was Warriors Bees. Last game, Bees Chaos. So the Killer Bees and Chaos both returning to County after being off for about over a month.
Sounds like Chaos is coming out looking to smash some heads.
They are pretty livid because they didn't get a chance to beat up Cram Central like they wanted to last weekend. So now they're going to take it out on the Bees instead.
Man, don't try to stir that pot, Joey.
What do you mean stir the pot? The only pot I stir is the one in my bowl.
Yeah. You talking about we wanted to beat up on Cram. I mean, we did. And we was definitely upset about the weather.
Wait. You didn't beat up on them.
When do the Bees play Chaos, man?
I just said they play Sunday.
In County or Keystone?
Nah. In Keystone, we play
No, we were supposed to play.
I don't got the Keystone schedule on, man.
No, bro. In Keystone, we were supposed to play the Bees this weekend. We were supposed to play, right? Cram and Bees, right, Kyle?
Bees and Cram, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I did schedule you guys back-to-back days by accident, I thought.
Nah, nigga, you knew what you was doing. Don't lie.
Nah, it was poor proofreading and oversight on my part. I'll take fault for that. But that means that the second game is going to be even more intense because they're going to be pissed off at the first game. One side will be. Let me see what the schedule is offhand. Sorry about that. I've been really adamant the last few weeks.
Larry, you with the Bees up Keystone?
Yeah. Come on, man. You know what it is, nigga. Man, hey, look, let me tell you something. I'm the LeBron James of Keystone, nigga.
Hey, relax.
Every year I'm in the finals in that bitch. I'm going to be in that motherfucker this year, and I'm going to win.
I'm proud to say TBT beat the GOAT that day.
Yeah, hey, I ain't gonna lie, Joey. You was happy like a faggot with a bag of dicks that day when you beat.
Hey yo.
Goddamn right I was.
You was y'all was happy y'all beat the shit out of me that day. Especially y'all made that meme and shit about me.
Man, we weren't caring about that. We won a championship.
I ain't worried about it.
When Jace Denham broke you, yeah.
No, that's not how that worked.
That's what happened. Jace broke you, remember?
That wasn't even the same day.
No.
Bro, that was the same day.
It was the same day, but it was not how that worked.
But I ain't gonna hold you, yo. I was looking forward to that Bees game more than I was the Cram game, though, because that the first time we played the Bees, I got that big ass cut on my head the game before against X Dogs. So I didn't
For
even
real?
get to play these.
Damn.
Yeah,
He's about to shred your ass up, bro.
so
Yeah.
B's got X Dogs the day prior too, actually. So they're going to have a pretty tough slate with X Dogs, Warriors, and Chaos. So by the time B's get to that third game, Chaos is going to be pretty well rested. I think they're going to have a good game plan. B's will be on their third game that weekend. They got the X Dogs, which that's a tough draw for them the day prior. The Dogs up at KFFL right now have a hell of a squad.
Very good.
That's dope.
Yeah.
But that's expected, man. The X Dogs always got a good squad.
I think this one though, like the additions of Coley and Ron to that secondary, is
Oh,
something that
huge,
team
bro.
has been missing for a long time.
Oh,
We
huge.
have always said like that secondary for X Dogs has gotten torn apart in recent years.
And even
Coley and Ron.
on the offensive side of the ball, that's two huge ads.
Exactly.
So what? So Coley back around. I ain't see his yellow at.
He been running with X Dogs, bro.
Yeah, he's with the X
So
Dogs.
this- So
He
this
was-
nigga
he-
in church now.
He was with X Dogs down in Ocean City too.
He is with Survivors, so he was already in church back in the day. Y'all
Oh
remember?
yeah. Okay. Oh no, we remember Survivors. That's where Ron came from. Ron
Yeah.
original Survivor.
We were the West Virginia praying team. X Dogs were the PA one.
TJ too.
TJ Williams too came from Survivors. A lot of guys did.
TJ played with Survivors?
Yeah, fall 16. I remember because we had sacked my cousin 9 times in the first half, and I had a sack. That's how easy it was for us. TJ comes in,
Okay.
no one knows who he is. Next thing you know, we're all getting burned, and I get benched.
Got Ben on the side.
No, I swear to you, I knocked Tyler Buckley on his ass, and I was coming for TJ's flag, and TJ took one step, and next thing I knew, he was 30 yards up the field.
I got a question. How the hell you get benched from Survivors, boy?
I got benched from Ducks.
Okay.
How I get benched from Ducks? Being too slow to catch TJ. Same reason Ross fetched me in the alumni game.
Bro,
I
but
don't know too many niggas.
Yeah, remember
gonna
that?
catch
You know,
TJ.
Joey from across the field.
Yeah, like
the other thing about TJ though is his belt be spinning around like a washing machine.
TJ Smart.
He makes some sick moves though. Like TJ's move set is insane when he
That was
runs.
back when he was fast.
That's the thing. He's actually a better passer, in my opinion, than a runner at this point. Like, because
Yeah,
a lot of secondaries.
at this point, yeah.
Because people go after the run skill for him, but when they sell out for the run, that leaves a lot of guys open. And Tuz is really good at finding that open guy down the field.
His running ability allows him to extend the play too. So it's like if he ain't gonna run, he can still scramble and make moves and make people miss.
Yeah. I'm saying, hey, all y'all gonna see that real soon.
He got
On the play, yo.
he got the ugliest throwing form I've ever seen in my life though.
No, he because he's not really a quarterback. He's just
No,
an
he's
athlete.
not. He not, but his mechanics are the worst.
Yeah, you ever see me play quarterback? Shit.
Yeah, and yeah, you second worst.
Nah, I think my mechanics worse than his.
Yeah, they might be.
Yeah. Damn, no.
I don't know. I watched Lurry put up 40 on Green Machine once.
I mean that's
all I can say.
I could put up 40 on Green Machine.
I was about to say, Ross, that ain't saying much.
Yeah, they had the guy with the jeans on in that game.
That's like
Ross saying that shit. We ain't seen Ross in 10 years on the damn football field.
Hey, bro,
That's because ever since Chase came to the league, Ross is scared.
Bro, they was out there. They was out there on
Yeah.
playing in motherfucking Wrangler jeans and cowboy boots.
Cowboy boots and drinking shit.
Oh yeah, nah, it really was a dude out there in tennis shoes. He had on his farm jeans.
No, I remember.
Out there trying to pull flag.
You just got thrown.
Getting shook.
I would.
Bro, hey, I applaud the effort, bro.
I applaud anybody who comes out there and plays. Like 9 man is a tough game. You know, we saw. I had a film up the other day. of when Don came out of retirement in 2017 to play for the Spartans because they were short of guys that day. He had gone 10 years.
Don Brown?
Yeah, I put it up
My
there.
man.
Recast after Spartans, Market Street Mayhem.
I see.
Yeah, he came out and played for the Spartans that day. I think I want to say Don at the time of the game was about 48, and it was his first time playing since 2007.
Oh,
Yeah, he went 10 years between games, and he had to chase Justin Fox because it was Market Street Mayhem he was playing.
Yeah, nah, fuck that.
He actually sacked Fox at one point in that game.
Hey, let me tell y'all niggas something, man. Fuck Fox. Man.
Damn.
Well, what happened to you and Fox?
I ain't nothing. Fox still my guy. But you know me. I need him on the field, man.
He got a point. He's been away for a bit. Like,
Bro,
'cause I've been watching a lot of Justin film from back then, from going back and editing the Market Street stuff. And
Fox will come back, give you a classic, and then you don't hear from him.
Well, you remember that fall of 17, he had 7 touchdowns against Broad Axe for AFN in back-to-back weeks in both that semifinal and the Mason-Dixon Classic.
Yeah, well, you know, we nice like that. You know?
Bro, last time I saw Fox was I think it was the Charm City Classic last year.
Yeah.
And him and Tate going the fuck off.
He's always been that guy, like, especially a quarterback. Like, people forget when Broad Axe had their dynasty and they were shutting down most of the offenses in the league, Fox was single-handedly keeping Market Street in those games with just his legs.
That's when that boy was different.
Yeah, and those Market Street teams were always light. They only had 14, 15 guys most weeks. But Justin's escapability, his mobility, his passing attack, he always had them up there. One of those guys who, like, I really miss seeing out there on a weekly basis because he, no matter if it was quarterback, wide receiver, or kicker, he could do it all. But those are the 3 games we got. This should be a really good week. You fellas got anything else tonight?
No, I'm good, man. I'm about to play my last game of Madden called tonight.
I got you, man. I got you. Best of luck in your next game. And best of luck Sunday. I know you guys got a triple header. We'll be cheering for you over here in the 4th state. Hopefully, Misfits come out 3-0 and send a message over there to OMFFL that they're ready to go. And we'll see you guys again over here next Sunday, actually, for a doubleheader.
Appreciate it.
We'll see you then, Larry.
All right, man. Y'all be safe.
All right, there.
You guys got anything else? Kyle, Weez?
Nah, I mean, I don't really got much to say. I mean, other than I'm coming for heads, coming for necks.
My man. Kyle, how about you?
not a whole lot to say. There's a lot of topics we're not going to talk about today.
Nah, go ahead, Kyle. Talk your shit.
Never put yourself in a position where another man can question your integrity, because a lot of things are going to come out. So we as a team have heard we are trash, a lot of messages, a lot of talks on the boards. And let's be honest, if we were such shit, you guys wouldn't be in our DMs asking us to join your team next fall.
Go ahead, talk your shit, Kyle.
I've got nothing specific to say about anyone. We're going to show up. We're going to compete. At the end of the day, there's a few of you going to shake your hand. Another few that need a slap upside your head. So enough's enough. And we're ready to go.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys back out there. It's been a bit for me, but I think in that month span, a lot more seasoning added, a lot more practice getting in. And I think this Chaos team we're going to see Sunday is going to be a lot different than the one we saw back in week 1 in Shippensburg against the Killer Bees. I expect a much different game.
So do we.
And I'm excited for that one. That'll be 11:20 a.m. The final game of the day, Chaos and Killer Bees. Should be a good one, along with Death Row Demons and the Warriors, and of course the other game going on in between, Killer Bees versus the Warriors. Doubleheader for the Bees. So we'll see how they measure up. They got X-Dogs the day prior. Tough sledding ahead. And what is to be an awesome month of flag football here in the 4-state. We got 4 straight weekends of Washington County Flag Football League action beginning this Sunday. We'll be going on the 15th, the 22nd, 29th, and the 5th. If we do have a rain out, the 12th will be available for such. And of course, playoffs currently set for June 19th, Father's Day. Sorry for that, guys. It's tough for dates this year, man. I was talking to another director earlier, and between tournaments, holidays, and anything else that comes up, gas prices, work, family stuff, it is a tough spring for scheduling overall. We've seen it firsthand. Like, we finally got back to playing 2 weeks ago after a month off, but in that month span, you had 2 circuit tournaments, you had Easter, and you had a rain out. And, you know, we talk about with Chaos. Chaos has not had a game in league play since March 27th.
Not since we played the Misfits.
But the good news for Chaos is they were able to play a little bit up at Shippensburg to get some kind of games in.
And we're so ready for Sunday, we'll swim and play, get that game in if we have to.
I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully everything will hold off. I do know it is calling for storms on Friday and Saturday prior. The good news is the ground is getting warmer. So a lot of that won't be sitting like it was back in April and March when we were going through a lot of cold and rain those first few weeks. We're going to see how it goes. Hopefully we're able to get out there. I do know it's calling for showers that afternoon, but we'll be long gone by then. So it should be a good football day Sunday. I'm excited for it.
So are we. We'll see you out there.
We'll see you out there, Kyle. Anyways, let's get back to it. As we mentioned, we'll talk about the recap of everything the last few weeks. You know, week 1, Ross, Warriors, you guys started out there. And we're going to go ahead and look at every team along the way. You guys went out, you beat Top Gun 14-12. Tyler,
How did we do that?
Tyler Spencer.
Tyler
fucking Spencer. Tyler
QB.
Spencer.
At QB.
At QB. And you know what? I get the feeling he's going to have a whole other energy come Sunday if he's playing that spot.
I think so too.
Yeah, this is the thing about Tyler is when you get him in his groove and in his mold and whatever, he can go out there and he can ball out at any position. And you never know what you expect with Tyler Spencer out there on the field, especially for opposing offenses and defenses. The other game that went on that day, you guys lost to Demons 19-0. We talked about that already in detail. Demons.
Great Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun Demons.
With Top Gun too.
Yeah. And despite the additions Top Gun made, we'll talk a little more on that in a moment. Of course, after that, Misfits had their doubleheader. They beat Chaos and Bees in 2 very close games. But, you know, we talk about it. Regular season, don't know what to expect early on. Misfits, you know, they're going to be ready to come playoffs. They're not too worried about a regular season close game with Chaos and Bees. As long as come playoff time, that team is set. They're going to be ready to go. They're locked and loaded. After that, we had off week 2 due to XFFL, as we mentioned. We weren't able to get enough captains to want to sign up for week 2. We had 2 at the time. 3 is kind of what I go for usually for scheduling, at least to get at least 3 games out there. The week after that was rain out. That kind of ruined everything a little bit. And then after that, we had Easter Sunday, which ultimately was, we can't play Easter Sunday. And Ocean City after that. We did have a couple of our teams in OC, though. Killer Bees went out there. They were 0-3 for the weekend. They had their first game out the gate against what was a very tough Maryland Titans team that came ready to play. Titans put up the points on the Bees. The Bees came out a little bit better, though, in the second game against Evolution. They jumped up 12-0 early on Evolution before they rallied back with 3 scores of their own to win it, 20-12. But Sunday, they were 1 and done, falling to the Bad Boys, 29-0, and eliminated 0-3. They are right now, Bees still searching for their first circuit win. 0-9 so far in tournament play, dating back to the beginning of last year. Overall, in tournament play, if you were to look at the Bees record right now, they have not won a single tournament game. Gettysburg, we talked about it 4 years ago. They went 0-2 to Adrenaline Rush and Rampage. Summer Sizzler, they went 0-2, losing along the way to the Ship Flip Gators and Ruckus. At Winter Chiller, they went 0-2 to the X Dogs and TBT. Ocean City last year, they had struggles of their own with the Long Island Demons, Team Petty, and of course Sunday with the Tri-State Spartans. Clash of York, they went out there, took a very tough loss to the Maryland Titans as well, and the Baltimore Spartans before Rampage took them out on Sunday. Overall, Killer Bees, tournament-wise, has not been favored, as we mentioned. That record now for the Bees is sitting at an overall of 0-15 in tournament play all time in 9-man. But we mentioned league ball, they've had their success. They've always been up there. They've always been close. We'll see what they can do the rest of the way. Misfits, they had a great Saturday in Ocean City. They went out the gate. They blew out the Strong Island Bulldogs and then proceeded to have a very tough game with Dream, but managed to pull through in the end there. After that, they on Sunday ended up drawing the Bulldogs in that semifinal where they would lose to them. And one of the best games you'll ever see on there. I recommend it on the YouTube page. Misfits and the Strong Island Bulldogs. X Dogs, another team in our area. They're KFFL this season, but they're always Washington County family as far as I'm concerned. They went out in OC. They had a tough weekend as well, 0-3 for it, but they had two very tough games, two very close games, really, with the Affiliate Nation and Team Petty before falling on Sunday to the Steelers. Overall, teams in the 4-state record for this past week, for Ocean City, I should say, not this past weekend now, 2-7 in overall in that tournament, both wins by the Misfits. We mentioned Misfits, they're usually in the semifinals on a regular basis. X-Dogs, I will say, had a better run this time in OC than last time. I hope to see them travel more soon. And as I mentioned, Killer Bees, 0-15 all time now in tournament play. Yeah. But they've had some tough teams along the way, too. They have not faced a lot of slouches. They've had to play ADR, they've had to play Rampage, they've had to play TBT, they've had to play X-Dogs, they've had to play the Maryland Titans. Tough times out there traveling. It ain't easy, roster, is it? Let's get to the standings real quick and what's going on. At the bottom of the league right now is Top Gun at 0-3. What the hell is this team? This isn't Top Gun.
Top Assassins.
This is not the Top Gun I know.
Yes.
This is the name says Top Gun, but the stripes are not gray or red, white, and blue. They're now blue and yellow. And Steven Renner was the quarterback. Ricky Miller reportedly done. At least maybe as a full-timer. We might see him pop up in playoffs. Who knows? But that was the talk about 2 weeks ago, was that Ricky Miller has stepped down from Top Gun, which right now, really, there's not many Top Gun guys left at this point. Like at the beginning of the season, we were thinking Ricky, Ryan, Gary, Shad Jenkins had came back. They were going to get some West Virginia guys to fill in for the Ducks core group years ago. The Brunswick guys. Now at this point, what are they? Like, what is the identity of this team? Because they made the switch to Renner last week, and I honestly thought Renner didn't do bad. He managed to keep them going for a bit with his mobility. Like Steven struggled early on, but once he was able to get time and get down, because we forget Steven Renner has not been a 9-man quarterback since 2019.
I saw that and I was like, oof.
It's one of those, it's nothing against Steven. It's just a weird shift from what that team was week one. Because that week one team, they came out, they had the linemen there, they had the skill guys, they had Ricky. The week two team, they had only about 14. A couple of the linemen weren't there. The team had an overall shift in personnel and philosophy. It don't even look like Top Gun anymore. So what are they? Are they Top Gun? Are they Brunswick semi-pro flag football? Are they perhaps the West Virginia Ducks? Danny, take charge. You guys can do this. I got confidence in this group. A lot of my guys are on that team from back in the day. Like I support them deep down. Here what goes. You're just mad because the Warriors can never beat the Ducks.
Well,
Mic drop.
I mean, I wasn't even mad. You got real emotional there.
Hey man, I don't have
Real quick,
emotions.
but, I mean,
We saw what happened earlier when you tried to get there.
Technically,
Hey.
if I go by what you just said,
Yeah,
we
here
did
he
beat the
goes.
Ducks because a lot of your guys were on that team and we beat Top Gun first week.
That's,
With Tyler Spencer,
you
that's
beat
what
Top Gun, not the Ducks. It's different. It's like when a team changes their name, it's a new team. Assassins and Railroaders, it's different.
It walks like a duck and quacks like a duck.
Anyways,
Got you there, didn't I?
you don't got me.
That was good. That was good though.
Nah, I'm just
Come on,
moving on for the
that
sake
was
of the
good,
people.
dog.
Moving on for the sake of the
Come on,
people.
bro. That was good.
Yeah, it's
That was
okay.
good.
4 out of 10.
Yeah.
Number 5 right now is Chaos. Chaos is sitting at 0-1. Kind of weird to think it's just 0-1.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, they barely just got started. Up in Shippensburg, I want to say they got 2 wins right now over both Cram Central and Suicide Squad. But
That's that's a lot of Ruckus flavor too, right?
Dustin and Beef, and that's about it.
Right on.
Yeah. It's I don't know how to really describe it. It's almost an entirely new team for the most part. Like it's not really the chaos that we saw. I mean, it's a bit close to what they were doing back in the Keystone Fall League, because that's when you started seeing Dustin popping up and a couple other guys.
They lost to the Demons too, right? You lost to them.
No, they haven't played Demons yet.
They're on one. Who they play?
Misfits, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Also tied at 0-1, but they're in 4th because the point differential is the Killer Bees. They only lost by 7 to the Misfits. Chaos lost by 2 scores. That's the current tiebreaker. So that's gonna be a battle for 4th place this week. Which means that the loser would be 5th, so they would still play each other come playoffs. So I guess it really doesn't matter.
I'm just more
Pride in the end, really.
I'm looking more into the chats that people don't think exists or whatever he said. To sum it down.
The conversations.
Yeah, to sum down what Kyle said.
I guarantee is you got guys sending DMs for players to come out, man. You and I both know this. Like it's controversial to say.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the term stealing players personally. You can't steal somebody who willingly walks away, who is not technically owned by anybody. That's a slippery slope too.
Yeah, it's a free market.
Yeah, like until there's contracts or what we call like other than that, it's hard to say that. And I say as a guy who I had players taken from me at times, that happens. But I've also been someone who talks to guys that come over. I think I ticked off somebody once by doing that.
I've seen it try to happen while our game was going on.
Bro, yeah, like it's what it is. It's the same thing in relationships. You see guys all the time hitting up other girls' DMs that are not technically their girlfriends. Sometimes it's their friend's girlfriend. It's part of the world we live in. And when it comes to it, if somebody wants something, they got to do anything they can. But I do agree with Kyle. That's a motivation to me. If I know that, and it's, you know what? It's the same thing. It's like a man hitting on your girl. You're going to go up to that man and you're going to show him up right there. Bottom line, that team's coming over to take your player, show them up on Sunday, smack them in the face, and look at that player and say, this is your home. We about to win. I'm excited. It's going to be good games. Keep going up the standings a little bit. Killer Bees, on the other hand, otherwise up north, I don't even follow them up north, to be honest with you. I think they lost to Cram Central. I know they beat Chaos. X-Dogs beat them badly. That was a blowout. I want to say that was a 30-point loss. That was the worst beating the Dogs have given them since 2019. Like, and I don't know what went on in that one. I was watching from the sideline.
I like Coley. So
I do too, man. I think it's a nice fit for him. I hope to see that work out longer. Like, I like what everything's going on right now. There's a lot of good teams in our region. Third place right now at 1-1 is the Warriors. You guys, of course, went 500. You beat Top Gun, but you lost to the Demons. I think with this Warriors team, the biggest factor is numbers.
Cool.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing about it. Like, we talked about it.
It reminded me of the first ever Warriors game. I think we had 12. I think it was easier to count that we had 3 or 4 on the sideline.
So you
ended up with like 13.
So you guys went full circle and everything?
For me as a coach, I was just literally counting that we had 3 or 4 on the sideline. I knew we had 9 on the field. Just roll with it.
And that's all you need.
And it worked against Top Gun, I can tell you that.
Hey, you better watch it. They're going to get you all in a few weeks.
Sabu, a wide receiver, he's going to get some. Never mind.
To be fair, though, he was actually a pretty good receiver his first few seasons with Ruckus.
Yeah, well, you dude.
And it's a good matchup.
When he used to practice, he used to eat a wide receiver.
He's got that body type and versatility. He can move. His only downside has been his hands, but I've seen him make more plays catching the ball than dropping it.
Yeah.
And I'd rather take the risk and have a big 6'5" guy out there to make catches with a long stride.
Which big respect is a dude for coming play for the Warriors.
I'll give him a lot of props, man, sticking around for what's been a very tough time.
He's one of those ones that I've had personal conversations with since the beginning. So
he's dedicated.
That's my boy, man.
Yeah,
that's my boy.
Hey, we're talking about a man who was in a very bad car accident and still went to York to play for us up in that tournament a few years ago.
Meanwhile, Chris Tibbs was golfing or something.
Yeah, Tibbs had golf.
Oh yeah, I forgot I had golf.
Yeah, the golf's thing, man. It's golf.
Mr. CEO over here, or some shit.
We know the real reason. Moving on from that. Number 2 right now is the Misfits. They're sitting at about 3-1. A lot of their games have been pretty close this year. That was an awesome game to watch.
Let's all be honest, those were 2 front runners. You gotta beat those 2.
That's how, bro. Facts, absolute facts. I'm not going to dispute that for a minute.
Let's all be honest now.
Yeah, like, no, I 100% agree with that. I think that's going to be the big thing to look forward to is how this season progresses, because right now Demons and Misfits are the 2 best teams in the league by far. There's no dispute that right now.
Kentucky Derby be motivational for everybody.
We talk about it though.
Never give up.
Exactly. Spring season. You never know. And not just spring season, every season, you never know what can happen. You know, we talked about what happened with AFN 4 years ago. They started out 1-2. They didn't lose another game after that. We talked about the Warriors. They started out 0-2. They went 5-3 the rest of the way. And we're about a touchdown and 2 away from beating ADR in that semifinal.
Good stuff.
Yeah, you guys played
game, bro.
You guys played ADR better in that semifinal than Broadax did in the championship.
Facts. Even ADR people said that was the real championship.
Yeah, one of the best games that in this league's history, in my opinion.
It was an intense ass game.
Yeah, it was. You know, anything can happen. It's a marathon. Jamie Lagana says they may be back to defend. I'm telling you.
I'm calling him from his RV. Where's he at? Where's he at these days?
I'm telling you, we need a Champions edition this fall. We need the Wolverines out there. We need Broadax back. We need the Misfits out there. We need Demons, anybody. Like, bring back X-Dogs. I like to see everybody together this fall for a big league to make it even better. And I welcome Wolverines and the YAFFL guys to come down here and get some 9-man bump. Because I know a lot of those guys over there, they love coming over here to play. We love having them as part of the community at times. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they have to offer. Well, no.
The way you worded it.
Yeah, I know. That's one of those. I thought about what I said after the fact.
I know what you meant.
Meant when they're here is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I suck at words. But, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing how that progresses. We got still a long season ahead. Let's get to predictions, man. We're going to do our 3 county games, but we're also going to do the KFFL ones as well as the Misfit games this weekend. So let's go flip over. We're going to look at the schedule real quickly. I'm pulling up my phone just so I can read it off.
I can't do one county.
Yeah, technically. So you're going to be doing most of the other ones. So here's what we got for KFFL this weekend. They're going to be starting at about 9 a.m. with X Dogs and Cram Central. The top 2 teams for first place squaring off at KFFL. Huh?
Okay, wasn't playing.
They played last weekend, that's what they said. They got rained out last weekend. Yeah. They're talking about how the Cram's Chaos game.
What's the matchup? My bad.
It's X Dogs and Cram Central. That's going to be a 9 a.m. game. Cram took the last one, which the biggest thing about them is they got Boone. And you know Boone likes to play the X Dogs. And I don't believe Boone is doing anything else this weekend. So I get the feeling we're going to see Boone up there against the X Dogs. Who you got?
All right. I'm just going to go X Dogs just because.
Just because? Okay.
They owe one.
Yeah, remember Cram took the first game. I'm going to go with Cram in this one. But this is going to be tough, man. It all depends who shows up for Cram Central. Like X Dogs will probably have all their guys there. I think Cram might be a little short. It all depends on the personnel is. I feel like if Cram comes out fully loaded, they could win. They're going to win the game. But if it's something like we saw with the Chaos game where they're short in numbers, it's definitely X Dogs because it's 9 a.m. game. They're going to have a lot of their guys already there. They're ready to go.
Was it Coley versus Boone the first matchup?
I wasn't there to really specify on that. I do believe that Coley may have been playing, but I didn't watch it.
Well, Boone definitely was.
Yeah, for what I was told. Yeah. See the next game on the list. X Dogs and Killer Bees, 10-10.
I got X Dogs.
You got X Dogs? I'm gonna go X Dogs as well. I think the dogs are gonna be by that point ready to go. They're warmed up.
Yeah.
They're gonna roll.
No matter how the first game goes, they're either gonna be mad and really run it up,
or they're gonna have all
or
sorts
they're
of
gonna
energy.
be happy.
Yeah.
And just kind of cruise through it.
Facts. I'm gonna go with Dogs too.
That's what I'm going with.
Final game of the day in Keystone, Cram Central and Suicide Squad. The former For You to Envy, the former Outlaws, the former Browns, the former Spartans.
I'm gonna go Cram.
Cram Central. I'm gonna Cram too. Like I got a lot of respect.
Cram Central.
I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes.
Old Cram Central.
But I think Cram pulls it out.
Cram's gonna win that.
Next day, we got we're gonna go to Baltimore first. Misfits and their triple header. First up, Bad Boys. Who do you got between the Misfits and the Bad Boys? Question: does the Bad Boys have Ray playing this weekend? Because if Ray Wagner's out there, you know he's going to be looking to throw some dimes up there. And if the Misfits secondary is out of sorts the way it was in County a few weeks ago, that could be some problems for that team. And remember, Bad Boys, they seem like they got some kind of science against the Misfits.
Right.
Some will say, okay, the block kick, controversy, all that. People forget about that game. Even before that kick, the Bad Boys had one of the best strategized and well-executed games of any team I've ever seen in my life. Nine-man game. Against the Misfits team that had way more.
I've always said you can't blame any of these games on one play.
Yeah.
Single hand play. You had so many minutes to score points or not, or prevent the other team from scoring points. So you can't just blame on one single play no matter what game it is. With that said, I'm gonna go Misfits.
Misfits?
I
Okay.
think so.
I think Misfits as well. I think they're going to be motivated coming off the Demons loss.
It's gonna be a good ass game.
I think so. I think so too. Like you're going to see more motivation out of this team, and I think they come out Sunday on fire. Next game up for the Misfits, they got the Baltimore Scorpions or Baltimore Spartans. Well, I could have said both really. I was trying to say the Spartan game first. Misfits and Baltimore Spartans. Who you got?
I'm gonna go Misfits again.
Misfits again. I'm gonna go Misfits as well. You know, the Spartans over there, they're trying to get something going right now. They're still a little fresh and new, but I think they're gonna eventually
I
turn
think
a
it's gonna be a
corner.
better game than people expect.
I expect the Spartans to fight hard in that game. You know, they were getting a lot of praise from some of the Misfit guys last year when they faced off out in Baltimore. But I'm gonna go Misfits. Final game of the day: Misfits and the Scorpions.
It's just like triple header.
Yeah,
Oof. I'm gonna go Scorpion.
I think so too. I think Scorpions will be ready to go. I'm looking forward to seeing what that defense is. Just insane.
Yeah.
Like they're devastating. I think
That's literally
Misfits.
the schedule.
Yeah, they got all three of them that day.
Oof.
Yeah,
The Scorpions just have more than done.
I know. Well, I'm telling you the Misfit games only. I'm not going to do the whole element.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's all. All right.
it's supposed to be a 4-state show.
Right.
But we did go into math on OMF and Phil there for a while.
Yeah.
I'm going to rename this Blunt Talk later on.
Yeah. All right. So with that being said, is that Scorpion's second game probably of the day? Or first game of the day?
I had to look at the OMF and Phil schedule.
We'll do that.
I was going off Larry's.
I'm going
words.
Scorpions anyway.
You're going with Scorpions?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the
I think I'm
Scorps as
gonna go
well.
Scorpions either way.
Yeah.
That's no. Yeah, well, whatever. Misfits call me hater either way. So
You are a hater.
we'll see.
I do got the rest of their schedule if you feel like would like to get with me. It is one field, okay. The other two games, so the order is literally Bad Boys, Scorpions, Spartans. So the Spartans are their last game. Yeah, Larry had given the different order. That's what I was going off of. The other two games are Bad Boys and Venom. Who you got? Bad Boys? I'm gonna go Bad Boys as well. Scorpions and Venom. Who you got? Venom's got a tough ass day.
Yeah, they should always
Sheesh.
have them come back.
Robbie's
One of those teams, if they get the right draw, like they could actually.
Robbie out there
draw
stacking the
Sunday,
deck
but,
against himself.
yeah, well, yeah,
It is. It's always a tough day over there, though.
yeah.
Especially when you got that lineup. I don't even know if Math even has their schedule, so I'm still not even looking at that. There should be good games over there this weekend, though, no matter what, because our league has got a lot of good teams over there right now. Let's get to the rest of our league stuff. Demons, Warriors. I got Demons. No offense. This team is just too dominant right now. And they're looking to bury this Warriors team.
Yeah, I don't like it. There's a lot of scram going on over there, too, so I get it.
And the second game going on, Killer Bees and Warriors. I got to go with the Warriors, man. You know, my TBT guys are there on the
I'm
Warriors
truthfully
right
gonna
now.
have to go with the Warriors now.
Yeah, I can't pick the Killer Bees over you guys. It's TBT Joey / that brief second that time we were beating the Bees. You know, I'm too tired of talking anymore. TBT Joey says, fuck the Bees. It's all about the Warriors. Broadcaster Joey says, be a very competitive game. Look forward to seeing it. TJ Williams versus Tyler Spencer in a quarterback duel. This is going to be one for the ages.
Over in there in this territory, too.
I'm excited. That's going to be a good
And there's
game.
no roster checks, dude.
You ever had a roster check?
Not the way it came from Phelps. Well, I'm just saying. From where I sit, I've always actually called that out. I've been there since the beginning of that, and I didn't like it.
We did have Billy Brown from Shepherd play up here once.
The problem with the roster check was there's only one guy actually checking the roster. Anyway,
Man, well, she put a target on your back Sunday if you happen to step out there. Jace might break you again.
like it's my first time. You literally said that. Like it was my first time.
I know.
I put plenty of targets on my back.
Put a lot of targets on your back. That's
I got a big back.
sheesh. Final game of the day. Chaos and the Killer
That's
Bees.
the one I'm the most excited about.
The
I don't
main
know about
event.
y'all.
There we go. I'm gonna be hyped.
Game of the day.
What is that the one you're gonna step in and take my place?
No.
I thought you said you
I'm
wanted to
gonna
film
watch
it.
that from the silent while I drink. apple juice
There you go.
and
Anyways, who you got?
I got chaos.
Chaos. I'm gonna go chaos as well.
Yeah, I got chaos.
I think chaos gets their first win of the season.
I was gonna bullshit and say the Beast.
You would never pick the bees, though.
Nah.
I know how you feel with the bees.
I'm gonna go. I legitimately think chaos is gonna win the game.
You think chaos is gonna win the game?
Yeah, coming out with vengeance.
I think so too. So chaos, demons,
Here, chaos.
warriors. That's who we got. They're not,
That's what you
huh?
got. I got Warriors.
Well, of course you do. Your opinion don't count though. But anyhow, anywho, anyways, I know.
You just start mumbling, what the fuck? All right, we got another show. So we're gonna kick Joey out of here.
I'm about to go. Hey, I'm good with that too. I'm tired. I'll see y'all Sunday.
Yeah, we're tomorrow.
Me too. See y'all Sunday. We'll be back on the field. I hope.